Sometimes the biggest changes in life come from the smallest actions, just one click. That day, I was scrolling through Facebook like usual when I came across a simple post. A hare named Rufus is looking for a home. There were no dramatic photos, no emotional pleas, but somehow I just couldn't scroll past it.
It'd be interesting to see. Oh, hi, honey. You coming over to see me, darling, are you? Oh, you beautiful little thing. Look at your little long legs.
Rufus once had a family, but his owners were about to leave on a long across Australia and they couldn't take him with them. What stayed with me the most was this. Rufus wasn't a wild hare. He had been raised around people, cared for, loved. If he were left behind, he wouldn't know how to survive on his own.
I wish I could catch him, but all I can do is hear him. All I can do is hear him running around and I can't catch him properly.
We hesitated. Not because we didn't want to help, but because we were afraid we might not be enough for a life like his. But sometimes in life, you just have to listen to your heart. And in the end, we decided we would bring Rufus home.
Oh, how cute. Oh my God, look at him. That was you, Bubba.
The first time I met him, he was smaller than I expected. His eyes were curious but cautious. I remember slowly sitting down, speaking to him as if he were a child. It's okay, you're safe here.
Look at you. What are you digging on our couch? You've never done that before. What are you digging on the couch, honey? Hey?
At first, Rufus had his own space, an enclosure that took up almost an entire room. Inside were little shelters, tunnels, a litter box, and his favourite pile of hay. But the most important part was this. The door was always open. We wanted him to understand. This wasn't a cage, it was a choice. In those early days, he stayed within his safe zone. But little by little, Rufus began stepping out. First the living room, then the kitchen. Each time I made sure to stay calm. I realised something important, my energy affected him. The calmer I was, the braver he became. And then something sweet happened. Every time I laughed at his clumsy little hops, Rufus would do them again, almost like he was performing just for me. Those tiny moments slowly brought us closer together.
You're so sweet. You're crazy.
Rufus has such a unique personality. He loves redecorating the house in his own way, pushing boxes, dragging toys around, scattering hay into corners. Sometimes he'll just sit in front of the fridge, listening to it hum, or stare at the washing machine like it's some kind of mystery he's trying to solve. But no matter how far he explores, he always goes back to his space to rest, as if he knows that's where he feels safest. The moment I'll never forget came about a week later. That evening, Rufus walked out of his enclosure, came up to me, and gently rested his head in my hand. I almost held my breath. I didn't move, I just sat there, letting him feel safe. It wasn't just a touch, it was him saying, without words, I trust you.
And green grapes behind it. Make sure that the apples are aligned. We're going to lift this, but not the stick.
From that day on, something changed. He started staying close to me more often. Sometimes he'd fall asleep right at my feet, like it was the most natural thing in the world. And that's when I realised trust doesn't come from how much you try. It comes from how patient you are.
You are so adorable.
Of course, Rufus still has his own rules. If he doesn't like noise, he immediately retreats to his shelter. If he wants something, he gives the gentlest hints, nudging his food bowl closer or placing an object right at the edge and waiting to see if I notice. Living with Rufus has taught me something powerful. Respect is the foundation of every relationship. You can't force a wild soul to become something it's not. But if you understand and accept them for who they are, they will open their heart to you. People often ask me, is it really okay to keep a hare in your home? And the answer is yes, but not in the way most people think. Not in a small cage, but in a real living space. Not control, but companionship.
Come over here and watch. Basically, you have to make.
Now, Rufus is practically the true owner of the house. When guests arrive, he'll take a few steps forward, study them carefully, then quietly return to his space, like a calm and thoughtful host. He doesn't try to impress anyone, but somehow everyone remembers him. Sometimes I wonder, if I had scrolled past that post that day, what would my life look like now? I might have never known that a hare could become a true member of the family. Rufus didn't just bring joy into our lives. He taught us how to slow down, how to notice the little things, and how to love without conditions. Now, our home carries a quiet kind of peace. Not loud, not overwhelming, just full. And I know a part of that peace comes from Rufus.
Oh my god! It's happy! He did a first flop in our living room! Oh my goodness!
Bonu, come on. Good boy. Good boy. Show on your cute bum.
He runs toward me like a dog, except he's not a dog. He's a rooster named Bonu. All I have to do is call his name, and he comes rushing over, wings flapping, doing this happy little dance like it's the best part of his whole day. And every single time, I can't help but smile.
Where's he going? Where's he going?
Honestly, at first, I didn't think a chicken could act that way. I mean, a rooster? Really? But Bonu is truly something special. He follows me everywhere. I step outside, he's already there. I walk through the yard, and he's right beside me like a tiny feathered bodyguard. And what surprises me most? If someone else calls him, he won't even respond. For him, it's just me.
Bonu! Come here! Bonu, come here! Come here!
Bonu came into my life completely by chance. One day, a woman posted on Facebook saying she had to move suddenly and needed to find a new home for her rooster. For some reason, I felt like I should answer. I was nervous though. Silkies are such gentle, soft birds, and because they're so calm and defenseless, they often get picked on. I didn't know if I was making the right decision, but I wanted to give him a chance.
Come here! Come on! Come on! Okay.
When I brought him home, I already had a large rooster in the yard, the self-appointed boss of the flock. I braced myself for fights and drama, but once again, Bonu surprised me. He didn't challenge anyone. He didn't try to dominate. He just quietly found his place. Somehow, he knew how to get along. In fact, he seemed more comfortable with the hens than my old boss ever was.
What's up, brother? Hey, buddy! Where's he going?
He even chose to sleep outside the main coop, close to the chickens he liked best. That's just who Bonu is: gentle, independent, and in his own quiet way, deeply thoughtful.
I know. Tupi's not the nicest.
What melts my heart most is his curiosity. He loves wandering around the yard like a tiny explorer on an adventure. Sometimes he makes soft little sounds, almost like he's calling me to follow him. All right, let's head back, I'll say. And he turns to look at me as if we're sharing some secret understanding. It's simple, a little silly, but incredibly warm.
Hello, Bonu. Such a good boy. Bonu. Yes. It's getting a little cold.
Of course, not everyone appreciated his enthusiasm. My tenants started complaining about his early morning crowing, so I adjusted the automatic coop door to open a bit later. It was a small change, but it made a big difference. Now Bonu can roam happily without disturbing anyone, and everyone gets their peace.
Bonu! Bonu, are you excited? Bonu!
Over time, Bonu became more than just a pet. He became my companion. Sometimes he even walks into the apartment and sits quietly beside me, as if all he wants is to be near. No noise, no demands, just presence. And what touches me most is that he doesn't look for attention from anyone else. His loyalty is clear, it's sincere.
Come on, Bonu! Hi. Hi.
Most people see chickens as livestock, eggs, meat, background, farm noise. But when you look into Bonu's eyes, you see personality, curiosity, affection. When I bring out treats, he gets so excited he can barely contain himself. And those little dances he does, that's his way of celebrating life. Sometimes he looks at me like he's trying to say, "You're my person." And that's when I realize I'm not just the one who feeds him. I'm his safe place, his protector, his friend. When I first brought him home, I didn't expect anything extraordinary. I thought, he's just a rooster. I had no idea he would completely change the way I see chickens and animals in general. Bonu showed me that tenderness and loyalty can exist in the softest feathers. That connection isn't limited by species. To me, he'll always be that fluffy little chick who ran toward me the first time I called his name. Even though he's grown now, in my heart he's still that small bundle of trust and warmth. Life has a way of surprising us. I brought home a rooster with no expectations. What I found was a true friend. And maybe that's the message here. The most meaningful friendships sometimes come in forms we never would have imagined. We'll keep them.
Okay.
If this story made you smile, maybe it's also a gentle reminder to look a little closer at the animals around you. They might be more than what the world has labeled them to be.
Bonu! Where you going?
I know, Mando. Did they get him good?
And if you're thinking about bringing a less traditional pet into your home, take the time to learn about their needs and talk to experts. Every living being deserves a life that's safe, healthy, and filled with love, just like Bonu.
No one would imagine a cat and a tiny prairie dog could become soulmates, but that's exactly what happened in our home. A friendship, a bond between two species that seem like they would never even have the chance to meet, let alone love each other.
Potato. Yes, you. What you want?
Before Potato, I had cared for two baby squirrels for a short time. I loved them far more than I expected. And when the day came to release them back into the wild, the house suddenly felt so quiet, it left an emptiness in me. Some losses seem small, but they leave behind a very deep silence. And maybe it was that silence that led me to Potato. I work in environmental conservation, and the more I learned about prairie dogs, the sadder I became. People often see them as pests, while their wild populations have declined so dramatically. I never planned on bringing a prairie dog into my life, but then Potato appeared. And sometimes you don't choose the animal who enters your life. Sometimes they choose you.
Got you something.
The day Potato came home, I thought I was rescuing a tiny creature. But truthfully, I think he may have been rescuing me too. He was curious, clever, full of life, and had this impossible to explain sweetness about him. Like a little burst of energy blowing through a house long used to the quiet routines of cats. I have 3 cats, all adopted. But Miso, my youngest, was the first to notice Potato. In the beginning, I was very careful. Every interaction was supervised. I never forced anything or rushed the process. I wanted any friendship between them, if it happened at all, to grow naturally. And then something beautiful happened all on its own. Miso started sleeping beside Potato, watching over him, looking for him when she couldn't find him. At night, when the house was quiet, I'd hear Miso softly calling and Potato answering with these tiny squeaky sounds, almost like a toy. It felt like they were speaking a language only the two of them understood. They play hide and seek like children, chase each other down the hallway, dive into cardboard boxes, and pop out to surprise one another. Some days I can't find them anywhere, only to discover them curled up asleep together in a pile of blankets. They're such small moments, but they have a way of melting your heart. I made the decision not to keep Potato in a cage. That never felt right to me. I wanted him to have a life, not just an enclosure. So the house slowly changed for this tiny little creature. Window cords were replaced, corners filled with cardboard boxes, paper bags, packing paper. All of it became part of Potato's daily projects. One day the house was suspiciously quiet for over an hour, which if you live with Potato, usually means trouble. I went looking and found him in the bathroom throwing what looked like a full-blown party with a roll of toilet paper. Paper everywhere, and him sitting in the middle of the mess looking proud of himself. I laughed until I cried. Potato has his own little construction projects. He drags paper from room to room, builds nests, destroys them, then starts over again. Always busy, as if he has important work to do. Sometimes I watch him seriously hauling a scrap of paper down the hall and wonder what on earth is going through that tiny mind. Of course, living with a prairie dog isn't simple. I even shifted to working remotely so I could be home more. There were things to learn, things to adapt to, ways my whole life had to change. But love often comes with responsibility, and when you choose a small life to care for, you're also choosing to become their safe place.
Look at you. Oh my goodness. That's my baby.
What moves me most is the way Miso and Potato care for each other. If Miso can't find him at night, she goes looking. If she gets the zoomies, Potato joins in as if he's part of the same wild celebration. Sometimes the two of them turn the house into a tiny storm. People have said to me, just wait, that cat will hurt the prairie dog someday. But they don't live in this house. They don't see Miso checking on Potato while he sleeps. They don't see Potato leaning against her during naps. They don't see the quiet peace these two share.
This is a 10 out of 10. Yeah, professional splooter. Oh my goodness. Enjoy.
And honestly, sometimes I think Potato is rougher on Miso than she's ever been on him. Tugging her tail, climbing on top of her, demanding play right when she wants to nap. And Miso just handles it like a patient older sister, a kind of patience you only see in real bonds. Potato taught me that creatures often seen as unusual, difficult, or not ideal pets can bring the gentlest love. And Miso showed me animals can open their hearts beyond instinct when there is enough trust.
Can you show me what you've been doing? Let's go see. Come on. Oops. Oh dear Lord.
If there's something special about this story, maybe it isn't just a prairie dog and a cat, but the way two tiny souls prove friendship doesn't need a blueprint. It just needs safety to grow.
Hi, Potato.
And even now, every day in this house still holds little chases, games of hide and seek, and naps curled up side by side. Potato and Miso are still writing their story together, a story that is funny, warm, and somehow deeply healing.
Potato! I have a gift for you. I missed you. Hi. I missed you. Abby.
Oh my goodness. How delicious.